Vande Mataram. Today we will start our new lesson, the priceless gift. Look at this sentence. First of all, what is priceless? Priceless means beyond price. We cannot buy some marketed price. Suppose someone's mother is a cancer patient, and every time she smiles because of that person, your smile is priceless. If we rest on mother's lap, sharing your feelings, that sharing is also a priceless. We cannot buy from market. To feed someone happily, that is priceless. Our valuable time is priceless. Love, understanding, they are priceless. We cannot buy any understanding, love, affection, emotion. So they are priceless. So, what are gifts? When do we offer gift? During the time of birthday, wedding ceremonies, we provide gift to our classmates, some other friends. Listen, what do you see? What do you see when you enter a restaurant? Read this interesting story, the priceless gift. Here, priceless means something which has a high value. What is priceless? Something which has a high value, because it is rare. What is rare? We cannot find it everywhere. I went to a vegetarian restaurant. It was a lunchtime. There were people eating and drinking. The restaurant was very crowded. I saw that some of the chairs and tables had been pushed into a corner. I chose the corner table, seated myself, and started skimming through the newspaper. Look at this sentence. I went to a vegetarian restaurant. I means the writer. One day, the writer went to a vegetarian restaurant. When? During the lunchtime. There were people eating and drinking. What were people doing? The people were eating and drinking. The people were eating and drinking in that restaurant. And how was the restaurant? The restaurant was very crowded. Lots of people were there. I saw them. The writer saw them. Them means the crowd. I saw that. The writer saw that some of the chairs and tables had been pushed into a corner. Where were the chairs and tables? They had been found in an irregular manner. So I chose the second form of choose. I chose the corner table. The writer chose a corner table, and there seated myself. He seated himself and started skimming through the newspaper. What is skimming? Here, look at the sentence. What? Skimming means reading quickly. Important points. If we go through the headlines of the newspaper, that is called as a skimming. So, in this first paragraph, we have noticed that the writer went to a vegetarian restaurant during the lunchtime. People were drinking and eating. That was a crowded restaurant. All the tables and chairs had been found in a disordered manner. The writer chose a table and seated himself and started to read the newspaper headlines, skimming through the newspaper. Then, at that moment, I noticed a very young girl. While skimming through the newspaper, the writer noticed a very young girl. What was the young girl doing? The young girl was looking at me. The young girl was looking me means first person, the writer. The young girl was looking at the writer. Her eyes were large. Her eyes were large and they had a sad expression. Having a sad expression. What is expression? Expression means facial feelings. Expression means facial feelings, look, appearance. So here her eyes were large, widened. The girl's eyes were large and having sad expression, sad emotion, very strong feelings kept in her eyes. Who noticed? The writer noticed the sad expression of the girl. When the girl was looking at the writer at that restaurant. As she was going out, when the girl was going outside, she asked the cashier in a low voice. Slowly she asked the cashier who collects the money in that restaurant. He or she is a cashier. She asked the cashier in a low voice. What did she ask? She asked, "Is that gentleman an Indian? Is that gentleman an Indian?" Who asked? The girl asked. To whom? To the cashier. Who? What did she ask? She asked whether the writer was the person who seated on the chair and skimming through the newspaper in that restaurant was an Indian. I think so. Who's replied? The cashier replied, I think so. The girl looked at me once more. The girl looked at me once more and went out. When the cashier replied, maybe he is an Indian. At that time, the girl further looked at the writer and went out. Why did a girl looked at the writer, repeatedly asked the cashier what he actually wanted to know about the writer? This confused the writer. It surprised me. Why? What was the matter? Her interest in me. The girl's interest in me means writer, aroused my curiosity in her. What is aroused? Aroused means cause or awaken, alert. So, what is the cause? To know whose curiosity is developed. Curiosity means interest to know, a strong desire. Here curiosity means, look at the sentence, curiosity. Curiosity means a strong desire. The writer had a strong desire to know about the girl. When I had finished my lunch, I asked the waiter, do you know the girl? The girl asked the cashier. The writer asked the waiter, do you know the girl who was sitting out there? Do you know the girl who was sitting out there? The writer here, after the girls inquiring about the writer, the writer's curiosity is developed and asked to the cashier about the girl to find in details.